Today, we're going to be going over the top 5 best guns that you guys should use in the brand new Season 9 COD Mobile updates. But before we get into our official list, huge shout out to COD Mobile for sponsoring us in today's video. If you guys want to have the chance to find out more information on that, make sure to click the link at the top of the description, and let's get into the action. Alright, yes, so before we head into our official top 5 list, we're going to be on our very first honorable mention, which is going to be the CBR4. Now, the CBR4 is actually a perfect balance of what an SMG should be. It has a good range for an SMG, good BSA, good mobility, and great accuracy. And at some point, this is one of the best SMGs to use in multiple seasons. But in Season 9, it is going to be getting a range buff alongside with an increase in the body multiplier, which will make this a lot more viable in the new season. Coming in as our second honorable mention, we have the Ram 7, which is actually one of the newest additions to COD Mobile. What makes this gun such a great option is the fact that it has a perfect mix of a SMG and AR combined into one. It has great range no matter if it's close, medium, or long, great accuracy and BSA, and the mobility levels for an AR are pretty good. Now, the only downside with this weapon compared to another AR such as the Oden is the fact that even though it's an assault rifle, the time to kill when it comes down to those long range battles are going to be a lot tougher compared to another AR. But if you guys are an aggressive player like me, I would definitely recommend using the Ram 7, and it is actually one of my favorite ARs to use right now. To start off our official top 5 list, we have the DRH at number 5. Now, at some point, the DRH had a 2-tap potential if you managed to hit 2 bullets to the head. But since then, it has been nerfed. However, even though the nerf has been in effect for a long time now, the DRH got a buff very recently in a previous season, and since then, it has been one of the consistent 3-tap weapons in COD Mobile. Not only that, but this weapon right here has the ability to kill people no matter if it's short range, medium range, or long range, and the BSA, if built correctly, is amazing. On top of all that, the mobility rates on this weapon are pretty good, especially for an AR, but the only downside is the fact that it has a slow fire rate, which could cause you to lose some gunfights at certain ranges. Coming in at number 4, we have the HVK, which is actually one of the most unique and special guns in the game. Now, you guys might be wondering, why is that? Well, the HVK has a 2-tap potential if you guys manage to land 2 bullets to the head from 5 to 10 meters. However, the only way this is possible is if you guys are running the large caliber ammo mag. Without it, it's not that great. As for the damage range, it's pretty good and a lot more consistent compared to the likes of a DRH. But once again, the main thing and disadvantage with this weapon is the fact that its fire rate is pretty slow. The ADS is also somewhat slow, but depending on how you build it out, you can fix that pretty easily. Coming in at number 3 for our official top 5 guns list, we have another unique and special weapon in COD Mobile, and that is the Oden. Just like the HVK, the Oden also has a 2-tap ability, but it's far more OP. You can only 2-tap with the HVK if you manage to land 2 bullets to the head at 5 to 10 meters, but with the Oden, it has a very consistent 2-tap ability as long as you hit any bullets above the stomach. This can happen at any range, no matter if it's short range, medium range, or long range. On top of all that, it has a little to no damage drop off whatsoever, which means the damage is going to be consistent throughout every single gunfight, and the BSA is damn near perfect depending on how you build it out. The only downside I say that this weapon has is the fact that its mobility isn't really up to par with other ARs or SMGs for that matter. But if you guys are very passive players and like holding those long lanes and those headies, I would recommend this weapon for you guys. Now, coming into our second best gun in the game, we have one of the other newest weapons that came out a couple seasons ago, and that is, of course, the VMP. Now, the VMP is probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest killing close-range SMGs that COD Mobile has to offer. Not only that, but it has one of the fastest mobilities in the game depending on how you build it out. One of the best close range time to kill stats, the fastest and best bullet speed timings, and this SMG is so good that it can even work at mid-range battles as an SMG. The main downside with this weapon, and the reason why it's not at the number 1 spot, is due to the fact that when it comes down to long-range battles, this weapon stands no chance against any long-range SMG or long-range AR. And on top of that, the recoil for this weapon is kind of hard to get used to once you start shooting at long-range battles. Aside from that, I would recommend using this SMG anytime you guys get bored of the current meta, because trust me, you guys are going to have a lot of fun, especially in those close range maps such as Summit, Standoff, Nuketown, and a few more. Alright guys, so for the #1 gun in the brand new Season 9 Call of Duty Mobile update, we once again have the USS-9. The USS-9 is the perfect example of an AR and SMG mixed into one. It has the range of an SMG when it comes to close to mid-range battles, but it also has the range of an AR. It has little to no damage drop-off like the Oden, and even in close-range battles, it can dominate due to the fact that it has a 2 to 3 tap potential. The fire rate is also good, and so is the mobility. So the USS-9 is basically the perfect weapon to use in every single aspect of a weapon. Now, I'm not sure if this weapon is going to be getting a heavy nerf anytime soon, but I'm hoping that there is. And with that being said, guys, that is my official top 5 guns list for Season 9. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about my list, and if there's anything that you guys would change. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.